Russia invading Ukraine. One day you said the problem is not who invaded whom, which I don't think Ukrainians share as an opinion. And when you got to presidency, immediately there was kind of a turmoil because you didn't say anything to anybody, looks like. And you went to Kyiv and Moscow and Beijing
and
all in a row.
So, and Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah,
exactly.
And Mar-a-Lago as well. But to Mar-a-Lago we will go in a second. Let's stay in Europe for a second. So basically, what's your idea, if there's one, of how you can move towards the end of this war that Russia started with the invasion in February without translating that into a defeat for the Ukrainians?
So my experience on wars, this is not my first war. I'm serving as Prime Minister more than 22 years. So my first war was the Balkanian War. And I do remember the war on Georgia. So what I'm speaking about is not reading things on, you know. So I have some experiences how to manage wars and how to manage peace. And the Balkan War was just the next neighborhood to Hungary. So we were in a very dangerous situation. So I have some experiences. And that's the reason why I thought that we have to do a peace mission. The first lecture I have got from my practice is...
Commissioner, I'm afraid they don't hear you too well, so that would be much better. Let's see.
So the first thing is that if there is no communication, no chance to stop the war. So communication is the number one. Very few wars in the European history went on without communication with the fighting parties. And what we are doing is bad because we don't have communication line to the Russians. So we need communication to Ukraine and we need communication to Russia as well. That's the first. The second is ceasefire. So if we are waiting to have a peace plan which is accepted by both warring parties, there will be never peace. Because the first step is not the peace plan. The first step is ceasefire. If you look at the stories of the wars in the last 30 years, at least 3 ceasefires belong to one peace plan. So you can't start to make peace by peace plan. Peace plan is very important. But first communication, second ceasefire, then to start to negotiate on peace plan. This is the right order. We are not doing that at this moment. That's the reason I went to Kyiv first, then to Moscow, then to Beijing, then to Washington NATO summit, and then to Mar-a-Lago, hopefully to the next president of the United States, to discuss the war.
It's done. It's already done.
Hopefully,
you have
hopefully. We can discuss the odds, but this is not the issue for today, probably. So I went there to understand what are the chances of the peace. And my conclusion was, especially after the 2 meetings with the president of Ukraine and Russia, that there is no intention, neither sides, to have peace. Both parties said, both leaders said, that they think that the time is on their side. If you think as warring party that the time is on your side, you will continue. So my impression is that there is no real intention, whatever they are saying, there is no real intention, neither sides, to make a ceasefire and a quick peace. So therefore, that was the reason I went to Beijing and to Washington as well. So I think now we should create an international context and surrounding which embodies and expresses convincingly that the whole world, not only the South, but the whole world, even Europe, would like to have ceasefire as soon as we can. So without having that international surrounding war, just the two parties to convince any of the warring parties, it's not helpful. So we need a big circle of peace of friends. Otherwise, we can't move to the peace. That was my impression.
Yeah, I would, I would leave Mar-a-Lago